In 2019, the LGBT community is as open as ever, an integrated part of our society where people feel more comfortable being open about their identities, and others around them are a lot more accepting of those who identify with the community. Talking to the individuals, both within and outside of the community, and taking a look into how things have changed, the end result is a true representation of just how different attitudes are to what they were not so long ago. Political, social and religious attitudes have changed dramatically. The first major event in the history of LGBT rights are the Stonewall riots that changed the course of LGBT rights and kick-started the movement that we now see today. It started as a normal night on June 28, 1969, when police raided and searched the Stonewall Inn, which they often did. Police did what they always did, entered the club, searched individuals, and after having no real reason to arrest anybody, became violent and demanding, pressuring attendees to pay money in return for their silence about the identities of the people in the club. It would have been the same as any other night in the long line of them that police raided the Stonewall Inn, if it wasn't for the fact that the attendees resisted against the police. Although the Stonewall riots were a turning point for the LGBT people, the community has faced a lot in the 50 years since the riots. Even today, LGBT youth and LGBT people as a whole are still treated terribly in different ways all across the world.
Hi, I'm Tia, I'm 16. I identify as bi-curious.
I'm Amy and I'm 18 and I'm bisexual.
My name's Alicia, I'm 17 and I identify as panromantic asexual.
Hi, I'm Lauren, I'm 16 years old and I'm straight.
So I'm currently out to my friends, everyone I know apart from my family know that I'm actually out. I'm afraid to tell my family just because of their reactions. Even though they're not going to be bothered by it, I'm still kind of scared about it.
So I'm pretty much out to everybody. Everyone's pretty accepting except my mum, I guess.
So I have not come out to anyone because, I don't know, I feel like I haven't really made up my mind yet, so I shouldn't really tell anyone.
I've known that I was bisexual for a couple of years now. It was definitely secondary school, that's all I can remember.
I've only started using the term for a year, I guess. Before that, it was more just gay, lesbian, pan, whatever fit, since I was 7 years old.
So I started thinking this quite a while ago, actually, 2-3 years ago, and then I thought it was just a phase, but then recently, I don't know, I just started thinking about it again, and it might be a possibility.
A lot of people I know have been treated like crap, and people on TV, and it just looks bad, so bad that you just don't want to tell anyone really. But at the end of the day, I did. I was young-ish when I came out, so.
Obviously, online you see a lot of things that, homophobia is still really relevant, and a lot of people are still bullied about it, and I get scared by that. I feel like if I come out, people kind of label me as this picky person, and obviously I don't think I'm weird, but people might think that. I think it's bad that people still have to feel like that. I mean, I have got friends who have come out, and I've seen the way other people treat them. It's just wrong. On the news, there were shootings in the gay club. Just killed so many people just because who they were.
So many people be like, oh no, asexual people don't exist, or pan people don't exist.
Nigel Shelby, a 15-year-old student living in Alabama, United States, took his own life on April 18, 2019, leaving a family who loved him with all their hearts heartbroken.
There's been an outpour of love and support from the community since a Huntsville high school student passed away last week, and today a funeral was held for him. Family, friends, and others in the community gathered at the Rock Family Worship Center to say their final goodbyes to 15-year-old Nigel Shelby. Shelby took his life after allegedly being bullied for his sexuality. Many who attended wore rainbow colors and anti-bullying clothing to show their support for Shelby and for others like him.
Nigel Shelby's family says the teen battled with depression for years and was in treatment for it when he took his life. Now the community is hoping that the tragedy surrounding Nigel's death will start a conversation about the rising rates of suicide in teens.
43% of gay, lesbian, bisexual students considered attempting suicide. Surveys done since 2010 to 2014 revealed that 48% of trans people under 26 have attempted suicide. Additionally, about 6% of all 16 to 24-year-olds said they have attempted suicide. And as of 2017, 72 countries still criminalise homosexuality, a remarkable decrease from 96 just in 2002. Discrimination against LGBT individuals is not illegal in all states. And in 29 states alone, refusing to sell a house or provide housing to someone based on their sexual orientation is still legal. And ending employment based on sexual orientation is still a right given to employers in all states.
I don't think that people in the LGBT community are treated fairly. I mean, online there's so many people that make fun of it, and yeah, I don't think it's equal at all. People still use gay as an insult, which is crazy. Yeah, so that's the reason why I feel like I'm not comfortable telling anyone how I feel.
I think there's a lot of discrimination against them. I know now everyone's trying to make them equal and they're making a big attempt, but there's so many people out there who just aren't doing that. There's so much prejudice against them. I think that people need to be realising that we're all human, you know? Just because we live lives in a different way to each other doesn't mean they should be treated any differently.
I believe that not all of them are exactly treated fairly, especially the ones that come under the plus, because a lot of people don't know about them, and then, you know, when people are like, hey, there's more, people are like, oh my god, why can't you just sell the labels that already is? And it becomes harder, but, you know, at the end of the day, we receive hate.
I've never felt bad about myself, like how other people see like bisexuals. I kind of feel like more kind of like, oh, I want to be in that relationship. I want to go around like holding hands with a girl or kissing a girl or anything like that. I have feeds of my reaction with my mum and my dad, mainly because like my mum always goes on about me going on out with a guy or anything like that. Like felt pressure to lie about it purely because of their reactions.
Sometimes, you know, there's like, I know it sounds silly saying this, but there's loads of memes on it about online, and came out as one of those things that someone's posted online. It feels like a joke. It feels like coming out as a joke to someone.
I think society sees the community as a bit of a joke, if I'm honest. I mean, anything that's outside the norm just becomes, you know, outside the norm. It's all a joke to them, and I mean.
But I think it's hard when people grow up and they're surrounded by people telling them that this is wrong, this is right. Just how we've grown up, people saying this is okay. And that's why we think it's good. So necessarily I don't think people are inherently homophobic. I kind of get why people grow up like that. But I do think it's wrong when people are told that it's okay and they still choose to believe that it's wrong.
I think if they do it respectfully, they try not to be homophobic, but at the end of the day they still kind of are, purely because like they're still making comments about transgender people, bisexual people, lesbians, gays. They're still making like homophobic comments, even if they try to do it respectfully. It's just they still are.
5 years ago, I probably would have been like, oh no, you know, they're being respectful, you can put them aside. But now I'm kind of like really passive aggressive. So it's like, you know, homophobic people, people who hate the community and are being really crappy towards them. And technically that's what they're doing. So technically they are homophobic. And I know they'll turn around because like most of them, respectfully, are people like, you know, who are like, you know, gay people can do their own thing. But I personally don't like them because of my religion or something like that. And okay, I get it. But yeah, they're still homophobic. Like, that doesn't change that, in my opinion.
My introduction probably to LGBT, the community, was probably through movies, TV shows and books and all that. I think that's the only thing I've only since then I've kind of really noticed it in society.
Going to be completely honest, it was anime. God knows how old, like 7. Just, you know what anime is like they usually throw in a gay episode here or there to please people. And that's when I was like, oh, you know what, that's different, you know? Pretty sure it was like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think when I was quite young, my neighbour's daughter had a child with her girlfriend, and I think one day my parents explained to me about how men and women can be together, 2 men, 2 women, there's many different ways. They just sat down and explained it to me.
I think when I was really young, my mum always brought me up to never shame anyone if they acted a certain way or looked a certain way. So I grew up thinking it was completely normal. But I'd say when I first kind of encountered it was my friend Alfie, and he was gay. And back then I'd ask him a lot of questions. I'd be like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you guys like guys? And I suppose over time I just got completely used to